All right, I got here a 2011 Sienna. Shop replaced a bunch of parts and they said it has to be reset. They said it wasn't running right. They changed a bunch of VVTs and sensors and I don't know what. And they said it has to be reset. I told them I've never heard of a reset on these, but I just did a scan. They said it wasn't running good before at all. Now it's running nicely. We just can't get rid of the code. So just want to see what we got here. So we got a lot of codes. We have a camshaft position sensor A, circuit high, bank 1, or single sensor. And then we also have a camshaft position sensor B, circuit high. Now, a P0393, that's a real circuit code. I don't think that's a performance code. Oh, this radio's making noise. There's no reset for this. This is just actual. Let me just make sure it's a hard fault. Clear the codes. See if it comes right back. So we still got 4 codes in EOBD. That's because EOBD sets it as a permanent code. See, they're all permanent. Actually, no. Camshaft position sensor A, circuit high, bank 2. That's the only real code right now. All these are permanent codes. Let's just restart it. See, engine light's off. It's probably because it's only at 1 trip detection. There we go. Engine light's back on. Let's just do another scan now. I just want to make sure both sensors are still showing the code before I diagnose it. I'm going to go look at a diagram after this. It's freezing cold outside. It feels like, it says 23 there because this is in the sun, but it's like a real feel of 3. Alright, well, codes are back. Alright, we got both camshaft sensor A, circuit high, bank 1. And circuit high, bank 2. Oh, and sensor B, circuit high, bank 2. So on bank 2, we got both sensors. That's the exhaust and the intake. And on bank 1, we have just a single sensor. We have, I don't know which one circuit A is. I always forget. I have to find it in service information. It's either the intake or exhaust. I just don't know which one. Okay, and in the ECM itself, we have 9 codes. They're just pending. The current ones are the same ones right here, and history. Okay, great. You know, before I get my computer out, I'm just gonna go do a visual inspection of this. Maybe they're just not plugged in good. Oh, okay, so what they replaced all the coils. That looks like they're last coils. These VVTs. This was not replaced, so just the front ones were replaced. So these are the sensors. Let's see, these are the 2 camshaft sensors, one here and one here. This one's unplugged. Okay, and the connector is broken. See that? The connector is broken for it, and yeah, they replaced the sensor and it's just broken right here. Let's see if I can get it in correctly. They need a new pigtail for this. But this should be one of them. The tab on top is broken, and let me just see if this code went away. Let me just clear the codes. I'm just gonna go straight into this one. Okay, we got TTCs, read fault codes. There we go. The current ones are position sensor A, circuit high, bank 1. Okay. Camshaft position sensor A, circuit high, bank 2, and camshaft position sensor B, circuit high, bank 2. So we still got both sensors on bank 2 are giving us a code. All right, so the visual inspection showed up that the connectors are both cracked. They're clearly, something's wrong with the wiring. They replaced both those sensors. So I want to look at a diagram just to see if we're missing a power, and then it'll just be easier instead of just, you know, blindly trying to fix a connector that we don't know if was actually a problem. All right, let's pull up a diagram for this circuit. And let's see what we got here. So here's all our sensors. We have, this is bank 2, bank 1, bank 1, and bank 2. So we have 2 from bank 2 and 2 from bank 1. Now we only have 1 code on bank 1. So I'm going to focus now on bank 2 just to see how they connect. So you see these 3 all have the same power feed, VC2. The white wires all come up. Let me just unhighlight these so we could actually see what we're doing. Okay, so I'm just going to push this white wire right here. And they all connect. And they go up to right here. That must be the 5-volt reference from the computer coming from right here. Okay, so that's controlling all the, that's the 5-volt reference on 3 of them. And this one has its own harness on bank 2, intake side, top front of engine. Now we have a code for both bank 2s, so it's not going to be, it's probably not going to be a power feed issue in one wire because they don't seem to be the same connection. I have one for all 3, right? Let me just make sure. Bank 1, sensor A, bank 1, sensor, bank 2, sensor A, and I can't see that, but I'm not connected, so I can't redo it. But here, camshaft sensor B, bank 2. So we have both on bank 2. So we have a code for this also. So let me see. This one has 5 volts coming from, okay, goes straight to the computer, and the 5 volts is coming from another line from VCV2. Meaning there's 2 5-volt reference circuits from the computer. One's feeding 3 of them, and the other one's feeding the other. And we have a code showing that it's both of them. P034, what is it, 343. Okay, the intake camshaft VVT sensor consists of a magnet and an MRE, magnetic resistive element. It has with 3 teeth on its outer circumference. When the gear rotates, change occurs in the air gaps between the sensor plate and the MRE, which affects the magnetic pulse. Magnetic field result, the resistance of the MRE material fluctuates. The VVT sensor converts the gear rotation data to pulse signals. Uses the pulse signal to determine the camshaft angle and send it to the ECM. The crank angle sensor plate has 34 teeth. The pickup coil generates 34 signals for each edge of rotation based on the combination of the VVT signals and the NE signal. The ECM detects the crankshaft angle, and the ECM uses data to control fuel injection time and injection time, also based on the NE signal. The ECM determines the text at NE speed. Okay, fine. So we got, let's say these 2, 343 and 348. Do we have a 348? Yeah, we do. So output voltage of VVT sensor is more than 4.7 volts for 4 seconds. Meaning it's not, pretty much it's not going down. So we have open and short VVT sensor for intake side, VVT sensor for intake side, camshaft timing gear assembly. Okay, fine. It gives us a known good on a scope. Pretty much we got a scope done. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn the key on. Actually, I'm still on the engine on. Okay. Just make sure my meter's working. It is. Alright, so I got 5 volts on this. 5 volts on this yellow wire. Which one is the yellow wire? That's the 5 volt reference. Okay. Now I have to actually push it in place to get it, but that could just be, I really got to pierce it just to make sure, because I know the connector's bad. Okay, I got 5 volts here. Now, the signal wire should be the pink one. And I have a good signal. See that? I don't know if you can see anything. Seconds. A little faster. But yeah, we definitely got 3 pulses All right, let me check the next one. This one over here. And I got a good signal here also. Alright, so I definitely got a good signal on both of them. Now, why am I getting a code for this? I'm getting a circuit code. Could it just be they got bad sensors? Let me clear these codes and see if it goes away. Clear. Fault code, yes. Okay, read fault code. The engine light didn't come back on yet. Now it did. Read fault code. Same 3 codes. Maybe the voltage is too high. I gotta zoom in better on the voltage. Oh, you know what? I gotta use their ground. That's what I have to do. I'm gonna use their ground because that's really what the computer's saying. And if we have a bad ground on these, it would cause the code. But my max is at 5 volts. And the min's at 4.65, which I would assume is normal. So that's good. Same thing with this ground. I'm gonna ask them if they have the old sensors. Alright, so they throw out the old sensors. So what I have to do now, just to make sure it's just a sensor issue, that it's reading the wrong, I don't know what, even though it looks fine, is I gotta look at, make sure it's getting back to the computer. Alright, so let me get to the computer, get a pin out, shut the car. Alright, so it's on connector A39, which is the small connector. So that's right here. Let me just get this cover off of it. Alright, I got the car running. I got the cover off over here. So let's see what we got. Pin number. We'll check this one first. That's the pink and the black. That's pin 87 and 88. If we go here, pin 87, here's the big res. Pin 87. There's no pin 87. Am I on the wrong connector? Yeah, I'm on the wrong connector. Alright, I turned the car back on. Let's see. Okay. Pink and black, that's what it was, or the other? Yeah, pink and black. So it's these two right here. Let's get my scope. Right here we have a good signal. You know what? I have an idea. Let's look at the good one. Let's look at bank 1. Alright, so we got this one and this one. Let's shut off these. Pin 69 on black wire. Pin 69 black wire. So it's on the same row as we're on over here. Let's just ground this separately. Okay, this is one bank 1. I'm gonna ground that right here. Now, you see, the max is at 411 and the min's at 420. That's our problem. The aftermarket sensors are pulling too high. This is the only one that's not causing a code. That's it. I think I'm calling bad aftermarket sensors. I wonder if, now this is also it might be an aftermarket sensor also. You know, let me just make sure, because I don't know if this is the right one that's not causing a code. So let's not jump ahead. So that's one. And then pin 64 is the other one, white and blue. Pin 64, a white and blue. It's the last one right here. So this is pin 64. This is the other one. There we go. You see this one setting a code, or I don't know if it is, but this is like the other ones, 489. I honestly think these are bad sensors. Crazy. Oh, okay. They don't have the original sensors. They threw them out. I don't understand why people throw them out before the car's fixed, but that's what happened. They're going to get new sensors now, and we'll retest it. All right, so they're getting me another sensor. They have three coming, but they're all over town. So one's coming soon. Really, I would just take the good one and swap it just to make sure the code goes away. But I think that's the one under the intake, and I don't want to do that right now. I'd rather wait the 15 minutes. Yeah, let me just ground this. I just want to make sure that this is the one that this is not the good one. I don't think it is, because the colors don't match up. You see over here, the one that was good had a black wire as the exhaust positive, so it's black, red, and white. And the other bank one is green, white, and red, which is this one. So I just want to make sure. Let's just test the green wire just to see if this one's also at 4.89 volts. So these are the sensors all at 4.89 volts, and that was my computer phone. This one, 4.89. Yeah, that's it. Okay, they're all too high. I don't tell you, they're just bad sensors. They're sending me another one. It's a different brand, but it's also aftermarket, so we'll see what happens. All right, just to update you on this car. So I looked at another car. They got a sensor. They put it in, but it wasn't going in right. It was too fat, and then the whole sensor broke apart. But when this one was in, it was giving like 3.7 volts, and the code was gone. They're trying to get sensors from Toyota, but they're having a hard time finding what they need. But I just want to show you, I found this in service information right here. If the voltage is more than 4.7 volts, that's where it sets the malfunction. And we have 4.89 volts on all the other ones. So this thing just, the aftermarket sensors are bad. I got it to clear by putting in the other one. Yeah, they're going to try to get OE sensors, but that's the problem. The problem is it was bad sensors. All right, thanks for watching.